evening, good morning, good afternoon, good day, wherever you are in the world, whatever time it is.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Exactly. I'm Kristen.
And I'm Courtney, and this is the Are You Triggered Yet podcast.
And we hope that you are.
I forgot for a moment that we were
For a
recording
moment.
the video. I'm like just talking into the microphone. I'm like, wait, I literally just hit record on the video.
That's all right.
We're here.
We're here, and we had a really good episode.
It flew by.
It did. It was really fun to record. I think part of it was my passion behind the latest book I'm reading, which is, you'll find out when you listen.
Ooh.
Little
Gotta
mystery.
listen further.
Even though I'm sure we'll put it in the description.
Yes.
Maybe.
But we would love to hear your favorite book. I haven't shared mine. I have a bunch of different ones. So.
Yeah, we'll have to seriously do a podcast on our favorite books.
Yes, I think so.
So we touched on that. We talked a lot about the heart opening,
Yeah.
keeping your heart open, the different chakra centers, the different chakra centuries.
What?
I'm kidding.
Centuries. Okay. You listened to the episode, and I don't remember what else we talked about. I know at the very end we had a little fun thing at the end we did, which we'll
Yeah.
What?
It wasn't really that good.
Oh.
Kind of lame.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
enjoy.
I was like obnoxiously loud, and I apologize in advance.
You were. Oh my god. I think I was telling you to like stop yelling.
I know, I was just like really in it, okay? Just here for it.
You were very loud Irish.
And then I burped, which I also apologize for. I could edit it out, but that would not be.
I forgot to turn my phone on airplane mode. I am so sorry. I am just.
We really don't care.
You don't care that I'm a mess? Am I just manifesting more of a mess?
Should I do a quick little Messy update for the intro?
Yeah.
So Messy is in torpor. She comes out on nice days. This morning we woke up with snow and a raccoon, which we thought was Messy. And then I'm like, this raccoon has been wandering around all day. Messy is lazy. Messy, anyways.
And it wasn't even like responding to Messy. Or at least, I mean, Messy doesn't always because she does what she wants.
And Messy, and this raccoon didn't want to eat, which we do not promote feeding wild raccoons.
Yeah, especially garbage.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna feed them something they would find in the wild and make them scavenge for it. Like,
yeah, make them work for it.
Hide it in the trees. I don't know. So, anyways, this raccoon turned out to have distemper, which was heartbreaking. So sad because there is no cure and they suffer. So it was an interesting day. I've never seen that side of the raccoon wildlife rehabilitation aspect. So yeah, Messy is good. She's okay. She's curled up sleeping somewhere. And yeah, so that's the Messy update.
Yeah. Sad for the other little guy or girl.
It was a girl.
It was a girl?
Yeah.
Sad for the little girl. Well, not little, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I feel more comfort in the fact that she showed up in the early stages of the illness. Because if it was way longer, how long would she be suffering for before she got the relief, which is still so sad, but yeah.
So that's that. So, yeah.
But enjoy your episode.
But Messy's good. So
Messy's okay.
And David's good too.
we made sure we mentioned our brother.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, a little Christmas episode with our Christmas cactus.
Yeah. So enjoy this episode and feel free to like and subscribe on YouTube.
Share with all of your friends. Every single one. You can't just share with one. It has to be all of them.
Yeah. And then we'll get mad at you when you do.
And then we'll cancel ourselves. Cheers! We haven't showered in 5 days, manifested anyway. Every day's a payday. Wait, what the fuck did Kris just say? Messi's in the hole, I bet. Come hang out with our furry friends. Courtney's gonna leave again. Are you triggered yet?
I just want to apologize in advance for any sniffling that might happen. My allergies are outrageous today. And not even today, just when I got home from getting groceries, for whatever reason. I sneezed like 85 times.
And then, if you hear any other noises, my dog Miller is chewing a stuffed animal. Yeah.
He chewed out, there's
Don't eat that.
There's one eye out, one
the
nose.
The
one
bunny.
nose.
The one nose.
And he has one more eye to get, and then it should be quiet after that.
So he'll do like the crunching thing because he likes to eat. Anyways, we're gonna pull a card. This deck is it's Mood Tarot deck. Don't see that.
It's amazing.
A disgustingly relatable tarot deck. I actually have a book from a different tarot deck for the description because we're still learning here. All right, for the collective, let's look at these cards.
This is
so
my
much
microphone,
fun.
if you can see the video. My Santa hat. We're fully in the Christmas spirit today.
I have a tree on my head. Oh. It's the King of Pentacles, but it says above that sugar daddy. Makes sense. And it says top boy of devil cats.
Oh.
I'm just gonna show the. Hopefully that.
Ingrid's looking just like Devil Cat.
Oh, that's her.
That suits.
So King of Pentacles. So this
You don't have anything that just like comes up intuitively for that?
King of Pentacles. It's about money, about being like wealthy, but I don't think it's just about money. It could be wealth in like all sorts of areas, but I think this suit has to do more with like money and material items. Yeah, he's very abundant and very like confident in that, I would say. Here comes the devil cat.
What are you doing?
Alright, let's see what this one. So this is as a person, there's a situation. So I'm going to do as a situation. If that's okay with you.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
This card encourages you to be reliable for the people in life who depend on you. Lead by example. Oh, I love this.
I love it too.
This really resonates for us. Your involvement in business matters is heightened, and being realistic about your abilities will help you in the new ventures. Key words are realistic, stern, reliable, leadership, hard worker, upper management. And it'll bring you abundance and all the sugar daddies. Just get a sugar daddy. Done.
Yeah. Seekingarrangements.com.
I think I have some friends that used that, or they were looking into it or something. It's kind of scary. You have to be really careful. To be very careful. Anyways, that was fun. I hope it resonated. Whether you have a sugar daddy or not.
We totally support if you do.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've been just waiting for one naturally to fall into my lap, so.
You can. Never mind.
Get an OnlyFans? Just kidding.
I mean, did I not say on a podcast, maybe we never aired that one, that I would do that before I would get a job that I fucking hated?
I do remember you saying that, but I don't know. I kind of lose track of what we've...
Yeah, I know.
Because we've done a couple where we didn't release them because it didn't
And then
really
it's
work.
like, have we said this on a podcast or have we not? How
I'm
the
sorry
fuck do
if
people
we-
keep track of that? How?
Well, I think that some, they just say, I'm sorry if I've said this. I know I've listened to a couple podcasts
True.
and they're like, I've said this before, but just bear with me. I'm going to say it again. So some people even know that they're saying it.
But that's true, but sometimes your listeners are maybe only tuning into that episode and they haven't heard the previous one, so because I've definitely done that before.
True. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
When you start a podcast, do you listen to the very first episode?
Not necessarily. It depends on what I'm listening to. So the podcast I'm binge listening to now is about publishing your own book, and it's more in line with self-publishing. So I've been listening to the most recent ones in that and working my way backwards. I think it depends on where I'm at with whatever subject it is. So if it's a podcast about a new topic that I'm not really that familiar with, I'm going to go back to the basics, which is more at the beginning of their podcast.
See, I listen to mostly like self-development spiritual ones, and so like I feel when people have like a lot of episodes, they do talk about the same subjects within that. Hi, Ingrid. But so I feel like I don't go back because they talk about the same things, but they also talk about like their new lessons within that they've learned, and it comes out differently. I'm not saying the original stuff wasn't valid, because I started listening a little bit back to Manifestation.
That's what I was literally gonna say. I'm like,
Really?
I know you were just listening to that.
Yeah,
So
I did go back. I didn't get very far. I did listen to a couple because that was before she got like super successful. And it's interesting to see how she was back then and to see what tidbits she had, and like, oh, it's actually still super. I think I said super a lot.
it's just a super
It's a super day, guys. We're in a super great mood. I'm not sarcastic at all.
That's why we're wearing Christmas gear. To make up for the fact that our mindsets are garbage.
It's great.
Mine's not that garbage though.
No,
I've been
fine.
totally so deep in this book I'm reading, which has been on my book list for so long, Untethered Soul by Michael A. Singer. Such a beautiful book. I want to start from the beginning once I'm finished and reread it. It's that good.
I have it on audiobook, and I didn't realize that I had it on audiobook until you bought the book, and I'm like, oh, I wanted to see if, like, I think this is on my wish list, and I was just looking at the books that I had. I'm like, oh my god, it's right there, so I'm excited to listen to it. But I'm reading like 4 other books right now.
I think it's a book that you definitely need to be. I feel like reading other books while reading it would take away from everything that he says, and it's something that needs your whole attention.
See, I like reading books that are like that, but my problem is that like it depends on my mood and how I'm feeling. That like, do I want to read a spiritual one? Do I want to read just something fiction to completely distract myself? Do I want to read something like that's more like hands-on? I'm reading like the Renegade Beauty books. That's more like health focused.
Love that book.
So like learning, but sometimes I just need like. But I have like a money mindset one. I had one that was more.
We should do a fucking podcast on our favorite fucking books.
I have too many.
Like our favorite, like top 5, and it could be from different genres. Like our favorite.
My favorite fiction one. I already know that one, but I'm gonna save that.
Shit, I don't even know what my favorite one is.
Well, we have time. We love to read over here.
Yeah. So.
What's one thing that you've learned so far from the Untethered Soul?
Oh my gosh, one thing. Excuse me. I've learned not one thing. I feel like it's one of those books that just, it changes your course direction in life.
Oh, really?
I really, truly feel that.
Yeah.
I have never felt so much understanding for the fact that you are not your thoughts, which I said to you earlier. Because the way he frames it and explains it is just your thoughts. You're aware of your thoughts. They are not you. You are the subject. Your thoughts are the object. And it's just, so I'm aware that I'm having these emotions, but those emotions are not me. I'm aware that, I don't know, it's just,
that's like when we say, I'm feeling this emotion instead
you
of
are
saying
not.
I am this emotion.
Yeah.
Like, I'm angry. No, I'm feeling anger.
Yes, 100%. And so today, when I was researching. So my husband just experienced welder's flash extremely bad.
That's what that is?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't tell you that?
No.
Oh, shit. No, he has welder's flash. He's been out for 2 days. Like, can't look at anything. Extreme pain. His stuff oozing out of his eyes.
It's not.
And
not
I
fun.
have a really hard time looking up anything when it comes to his health or my health. Anyone else, I have no problem. But when it comes to his health and mine, because I just don't want... I have this fear around what I'm going to find.
Yeah, what's it going to mean?
Yeah. So this morning when I was thinking about that and avoiding doing more research, I was thinking, well, okay, in this book, it's saying keep your heart open. Your heart open. Keep your heart open and notice and just be aware of the emotions. Be aware of the things that are coming up that are upsetting you. So I did that.
Oh my god, I need to read this book right now.
That's what I was literally thinking. So I did some research, even though I was scared to, and I went up and asked Greg. So what happened was he has these tinted protective glasses. So he had those on and the mask, but when he welded, he didn't have the mask down. It was just like the sunglass. Why can't I think?
A safety glasses.
Yes, thank you. Jeez Louise. Anyways, so he had the tinted safety glasses on. So I went up and I asked him how long he welded with the safety glasses. He says a couple minutes.
Minutes?
And I almost shit my pants. I'm like, no. A minute, couple minutes. Like, that is bad. Like, that's not good. Like, the blisters under his eyes are like 3rd-degree burns from the ultraviolet light from the welding. So, like, his corneas. I'm like, so I get all these emotions are coming up. I'm about to start crying. I instantly start. Pardon?
I just go vomit.
Yeah, no, I literally said, that's exactly what I said to him. Like, I feel like I'm going to throw up right now. Give me a second to puke. Did
he not notice then?
No, he didn't notice because he had the tinted safety glasses.
Oh, okay. I was like, if you caught it, then you would.
Yeah.
But he just didn't.
Because James did the same thing where he had the clear safety glasses.
So he noticed.
He noticed and he put his mask down. So I thought of this book and I just stepped back into my awareness, tried to relax and keep my heart open and let the emotions pass through me. Like, it's okay. It's okay that those feelings are coming up. It's okay because I don't know why it's okay. It's just okay.
Because it's natural and it's not wrong. Like, all emotions are right.
But at the same time, what is getting all emotional about it going to do to help the situation? And so, that book is
that's when you detach from it. Like, that's kind of what it's talking about. It's like, I am not those emotions. I see them. Okay, that's interesting that I'm feeling those. Okay, let that pass through. And then, okay. And
then another thing, too. Honestly, this book is seriously... I don't even need to talk about it on my favorite book podcast, because I will literally say that book. But also the things that you are kind of... You don't like doing, where you've kind of built an identity around it. Like, I don't like doing that. That's not for me. Whatever. So, Greg will ask me to call someone, and I just don't like... I have to be in a... See, that's me identifying with this. I say I have to be in a certain mood to want to call people. But that's something that I'm just identifying with, and it's not improving my life at all. So I can just take a step back and be like, no, and be aware of those emotions, those identity crisis. Those identity constructs that are coming up for me, and I'm like, no, you know what? I am aware that that's coming up, but I'm still going to make this phone call. So honestly, it's so fucking good. Highly recommend. It's amazing.
I like making phone calls for other people.
I prefer not to make phone calls for anyone unless I want to. I have, see, I'm doing it again, but seriously, I have to be in a like really social mood, and it can change in the blink of an eye, where I will want to talk on the phone and be chatty, and then if I don't know, then all of a sudden my energy will shift and I'm like, I don't feel like talking, I don't feel like talking on the phone, I don't even feel like texting.
That's me lately. But I used to have a job where I was on the phone like 24/7, not 24/7, but like all day at work. I was literally on the phone, and then I got so used to being on the phone that it didn't make like any difference anytime that I need to make a phone call. I'm like, yeah, whatever, no problem. But it's been so long since I've been in that job that now I kind of reverse back to like normal, where it's like, oh, I don't really want to call this person. I don't really want to call, but then I think I do it. I'm like, right, like I still have that where it's still, phone calls are still easy for me.
And like, when have you ever gotten off the phone and been like, oh, I'm so upset I made that phone call. Right. I feel like such garbage. No, I'm like, every time I feel...
Well, I mean, there are...
Most of the time I feel like I'm glad I made that call. That's like a check mark on my to-do list.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's usually something that you've been avoiding. So
yeah.
It's like, relief. Okay, I can celebrate.
Why didn't I do this a week ago?
Right.
This is a bottle, guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's a holiday.
We're pretending. Every day is a holiday.
Just ask Nicki Minaj.
Or Dope Lemon.
Who?
Dope Lemon.
Is that an actual like
band? I've showed you them. You like them.
I like the name. I'm obsessed.
Yeah. They have a song called "Every Day's a Holiday," and it gets stuck in my head.
It's a holiday. Play with my pussy day. Nicki Minaj.
Dope Lemons is "Every Day is a Holiday when I'm with you" or something like that. It's cute.
Sorry, I just wrecked it. Nicki Minaj wrecked it. Miller's wrecking a bunny.
Yeah.
That was a good call on the bunny.
He was chewing a bone as he just knows whenever I'm having a conversation with someone, he'll pull out the squeakiest toy that he loves. And then whenever we sit down to record,
literally before this, he was laying down sleeping.
Yeah. And then I put a book on him.
Yeah, your fault.
Yeah. So then he grabbed his bone. And then we hid that from him and gave him a stuffed animal. And he's quite pleased. He loves chewing them. I feel like I don't really have anything to say about the Untitled Soul. I think I'm going to read it, absolutely.
It honestly, I feel like it's been an important part of, I feel like finding it right now has been so divinely planned from the universe, just because writing the memoir about Bear and realizing that keeping my heart open, I do know that after having the session with Catherine, the animal communicator, in case you didn't listen to that podcast episode, and just how she talked about how he opened my heart, and then knowing what that felt like, now I have a better sense of what it feels like when my heart closes. And
because that's one thing you told me where I'm like, I never really thought of that. Your heart isn't just like open or closed, it kind of fluctuates. It goes back and forth depending on the situation.
Yeah, so like say Kort comes up to me and she's like,
"You're a snob."
You're a snob and you smell like dung. And then I'm like, what the fuck? And I get upset and my heart closes because of my feelings are hurt.
Maybe she's right.
And so then we don't see each other for a couple days, and then I see her and then I instantly think of that situation and my heart closes. So, but then you apologize, and in my opinion, in my subconscious, whatever, it's a good enough apology that my heart opens. So maybe the next time I see you, it stays open. So it's like that for all the different situations in your life.
And people, which I didn't realize. I thought it was either like open or
yeah, I thought so too. I didn't think it was such like a fluent.
Yeah,
Fluidity.
My heart is fluent in French.
My heart is fluid in fluidity. Oh! The selenite is
Oh.
rolled in.
We
My
have
feet
a
are
Santa
hot.
here that is, he looks like Gandalf. So.
In case you guys were wondering, my one spirit guide, his name is Sandalf. He's Gandalf the Beige.
Sandalf the beige.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay.
He has a sense of humor, obviously. My feet are sweating.
I know.
Oh my god.
Okay.
We literally have a fire. No, that was on bloopers.
What?
Where we were
Oh,
like,
my feet were cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were in the.
now we're living a
northern
life
home.
of luxury.
Heat. I feel like I had something to say about this. I did many moons ago, but I feel like I'm not in the same mood because we talked about this before. I'm like, oh my god, like I totally understand. Like I have some things to say about like heart. I mean, I can tell you my experience with some like the heart opening journey that I'm on, but I feel like at this moment I'm kind of on like my heart feels kind of closed right now. I guess we can.
Your heart is definitely closed right now.
Well, not to everyone, everything.
Her heart is open to Miller, and that's about it.
So, my heart felt like it was definitely, actually after my separation with my ex, my heart actually felt open, and I was kind of surprised by that, but I think I had done so much like self-love healing that it was like, just, I don't know, it was just open.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had a couple like relationships, and I don't want to get like too personal. I don't know. I probably could. It'd be fine.
I feel like we have like 5 listeners. Doesn't really matter.
No, we have like 8 subscribers on YouTube. Thanks, guys.
You guys suck.
You told too many people. We're canceled.
We're canceling yourselves.
Yeah, we too big. I don't know. Should I go deeper?
That's
I had this experience where there was someone that I was with, and I knew that it ultimately was not gonna go anywhere, at least not in that moment. And this is also a part of like detachment. Detaching from the outcome actually helps you enjoy your present moment more. So I was learning how to do that, but it was also like, it was so weird because I was grieving it while I was in it, which is kind of like the end of my marriage anyways. I was grieving it while it was ending. So I kind of like grieved it and like let it go. So within that, you know, the pain of like that, even though I knew it wasn't going to go anywhere, I left my heart open because I understood. I understood that it wasn't I understood that it wasn't like a long-term thing. I just knew it wasn't. And, the head is off the bunny. Anyways, so I left my heart open for that. And I did really good, but then I had a situation in the springtime. I'm not going to get too personal on that. But I just felt like I did not respect myself in that situation. So I got hurt. So I just decided, I can't do this right now, and I needed some time just for me, and I hadn't really done a whole lot of the healing by myself. I felt like, oh, I'm fine, I don't need it, and then you were the whole time like, you need to be single,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, no, it's fine, I feel fine.
It's fine.
It's totally cool. And then, then I got to the point where I'm like, oh, yeah, she's definitely right. But I had to want it for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, to do that journey. I don't know, it's definitely like when you're choosing that, it's different than like being forced, having it forced upon you. Like, no, like I actually was choosing to do that, which was very interesting.
And not everything is better when you're actively choosing instead of feeling like it's something that you have to do or it's being forced upon you.
Yeah, exactly. That's very true. So I realized at that point that my heart had closed, and I was like, well, I want to get back to that feeling of openness, of being like, it's being raw. It is, and but receiving. It's like a beautifulness to it.
I think it's like, having your heart open is a beautiful way to receive.
Yeah, you're definitely way more grateful for what you do have, what you do receive. Like, the little things are just like the most beautiful thing. Like, I remember, like, everything was just, like, amazing. And I think that's when I literally had my month of receiving. I had a month where I received so much.
Too personal. What? I'm just kidding.
You're ahead of me. Actually, that was...
Oh my god.
After... No, sorry. Not dirty. I actually think that was after my heart closing. I don't know. I'm very confused now. But I did have a month of receiving. It was wonderful. Like, housing, just beautiful moments in nature and amazing people in my life. So maybe that was after I chose to just be, like, do this journey for myself, right? Like, at that moment, I was like, I'm choosing myself. And then I did have all these beautiful moments come in. But I also think that was coming in from, like, the month of March where I did a lot of healing. I don't know. Anyways, this is getting complicated.
We need a map.
So, heart was open, heart closed. And so yeah, it was basically this whole summer was a journey of learning how to open my heart again and coming back to self-love. And it was, you know, self-love is such an interesting journey where you think that you've gotten there and then you realize that you have, like, all these triggers come up. You're like, whew, okay, I have a lot of work left to do. But it's obviously never... I think every new situation brings up triggers and beliefs that limit you from really feeling self-love. But if your heart was already open, you might be more like... You know, you probably won't take it as personally. You're probably like, oh, that's interesting, like... Oh, I thought you were getting up to leave.
I am getting up.
Oh.
I'm still listening. Sorry, guys.
Okay. I'm going to lose my train of thought. This isn't good. I can't do a solo episode.
Sorry, guys. I just am curious when I first started trying to open my heart. Because I have it written in my journal here. I
don't think I was, like, actively... opening the heart. I think I was like, I knew that it was closed. I'm like, okay, like, this is gonna be about opening it, but I wasn't like seeing like, okay, how do I open it? I was like, okay, what is best for me right now? Like, what feels good for me? What can I do? So it was more so just a secondary thing. Like, I was doing all these other things that I knew it would come eventually. I just knew that it wasn't something that I would have to force. So I feel like I'm getting there. I do feel like, maybe not at this moment, but over the past, because we had the episode about the void, and I think that helped too, but I also had this one moment, I remember very specifically, I'd signed up for Tinder, and,
Did you just eat something?
Yeah. I signed up for Tinder, and someone had ghosted me, and I hate being ghosted. I'm very sensitive, but whatever, it happens. And I remember just like picturing like me. I'm like, I am very open for a relationship. I'm like ready for it. I feel like I'm visioning myself like holding my heart out, and so I'm just like visioning like it's dark and someone's holding like someone's holding Gandalf out for you. You take it. Someone offers
No,
you.
Gandalf was attacking your heart.
It's rude.
Didn't understand the situation. Sorry, Gandalf. Sorry, Sandoff the Beige.
Saying sorry to me here. I'm trying to tell
Sorry.
a story. This is a very
Sorry.
important story.
I'm sorry. I hope my feet aren't right in the middle of that camera.
No, you're good.
Okay.
So I just like was visioning someone holding out like this glowing ball of light, but oh my god, I love this. So if you're holding this out, like as if this is your heart and you're giving it to someone. She put a ball of selenite in my hand for listening, and like let's say you're giving a light to someone. Well, that light's gonna burn out if you're just like giving it to someone. Unless if you put it, so I'm like, imagine putting it back into my heart, or not into my heart, but like into my body, putting your heart into your body, just like imagining this ball of light going back into your body where your heart is, and then it lights up, because it like plugs into source.
Yeah.
And then it lights up the rest of your body, and then you're literally sharing the light with people, and you can't like not, because you just you're
Oh
just
my gosh, I love that I just
sharing
put
light.
that selenite in your hand because I feel like that just made that explanation so much more visual, and even the people who are just listening.
Yeah. So
I love that.
it's like it's
Share your
it's a
light.
Christmas light.
You don't have to give your light, you share that.
Yeah,
fucking
you don't
thing.
give it away, you share it. So you're lighting up your own self. So literally doing the work, self-love, following joy, following your passion, like doing what literally lights you up.
Saying yes when you want to say yes, saying no when you fucking want to say no.
Exactly. And then you will literally, you'll attract the people who need that light, or like who are on the same level, whatever. You'll just, it's good.
It is
Do
what
it.
it is, guys.
And it ain't what it ain't.
And it ain't what it's not. So I've been trying to open my heart since, this is when I first wrote about it. I knew before that my heart was closed. So January 14th, 21 was my first Reiki session where
she told you that your heart chakra wasn't spinning.
Yeah, and she couldn't she couldn't fully get it spinning. My third eye, heart, and root chakras were all blocked. And your root chakra is like your grounding.
It
like
affects,
yeah.
It affects every other chakra. I was reading a really good book about that this year. I didn't read the whole thing.
What book?
I
want to learn more about.
Oh, it's such a good book. You would really like it. I'll have to text my friend. It was her book.
I want to learn more about the root chakra because I feel like now my heart's open. I feel intuitively that my next chakra that I need to focus more on is my root chakra and being more grounded, centered, present.
Yeah.
And more of that calm, relaxed energy I feel like I need to bring into my life because I've been so, since having Bear in my life, and it's been go, go, go. Like, and since, even though he's passed, and I know Messy's comes around here and there, but I feel like I have that habit of just go, go, go. So I feel like my root chakra is, I need to ground and center, and that's where I'm going next.
I feel like you already have like good basics. Like you know when you need to journal. You do a lot of grounding exercises. We both have grounding mats too.
I literally go outside and look at the sun and
sun gazing.
Yeah. Love that shit.
Yeah. But I'll figure out, it's like east or west or something. I don't know, it has east and west in it, but I don't remember the rest of that. I'll find out and then I'll let you guys know as well. It's so good. But yeah, if your root chakra is not turning, what is it, balanced? If your root chakra is not balanced,
Blocked.
literally
If it's blocked.
You say balanced too.
Blocked. Spinning.
I like the term balanced better.
Balanced.
Blocked.
Sorry.
So, yeah, if it's not, it'll literally affect every other chakra. So, and they literally said, like, if you can start to balance that one, you'll start to see effects in other ones. But you might still have to do more work in the other ones. But
I honestly don't really give a shit about my third eye right now.
yeah, I'm kind of like,
Your heart is the power one.
yeah.
And that is literally, sorry, I said that to you the other day before I even opened this book. That your heart chakra is like the powerful one, but it's been put on the back burner. Everyone's so focused on wanting to open their third eye, but your heart center is the most powerful. And in The Untethered Soul, he says that, and yeah,
you were ready for that book.
I was so ready, and I'm at this point in time, I'm like, screw the favorite book podcast. My favorite book is that one. I recommend it to everyone. Obsessed.
I do want to go back to what we just talked about. About how the heart is the most important, or not most important, but is super powerful.
I'm gonna say it is the most important.
Because I think, everything that you learn about spirituality always comes down to, like, love. Like, everything that we do in life is about love. It all comes down to that. So, like, the third chakra is great for, or third eye, sorry. The third eye is great for, like, connecting? Maybe do you connect with past selves? I don't even really know.
It's more of your, I think it's seeing. Like seeing, it's your...
Hi there.
Are you
Hello.
coming to say hi?
Blocking the camera. Hi.
Maybe like more of your like psychic abilities.
Okay.
It's definitely, it's important, like connecting to your intuition and, you know, your guides and, you know, the stuff that you can't physically hear.
I wouldn't say that.
Not hear. Why the fuck did I say hear?
Okay, I wouldn't say
I
like
can hear Miller
it's specifically intuition because, like, I feel like my third eye can be closed, but I still have a really strong connection to my intuition because that comes from like my emotions and stuff.
Can I be real right now?
Yeah.
I don't think my third eye is ever gonna fucking open with the amount of fluoride that is like bombing my system every day, from chemtrails to every other secret place that it's just everywhere. Fluoride, other chemicals.
I want to watch that documentary.
I've kind of just like given up hope that I'm gonna be able to uncrustate my pineal gland. It's like crustated.
Uncrustate.
It's calcified. It's crusty. Krusty the Clown here.
Welcome to Merry Christmas.
Merry Crisis.
Hi.
Oh, okay, don't put your butthole in camera.
Okay, Miller, go lay down.
Good boy. Thank you. Is my dog ever going to make an appearance?
He's upstairs on my floor. I made sure he's still alive because he was not moving.
Don't start your shit, sir.
Okay, can I go back again to how heart is?
If you must.
The most important. Yes, everything comes back to love. And it's like being like having your heart open, you are more able to serve. And that's like the one thing, that's the one message that keeps coming up for me is like the whole point of this spiritual journey for me, and I think for everyone, is to find our way to fill our own cup so we have something to give, that we can serve others. Like all this about manifesting money, finding our purpose, this self-love, it all comes back to being able to serve others. So it's like once we've done, like filled our cup, like once we've, you know, met our survival needs, first of all, and then being able to like, oh, I feel happy in my purpose. I feel fulfilled in my work. I feel excited about what I'm doing. I feel creative. Our immediate thought is, how can I help others? Like, it just naturally comes. So, like, it's all about, and then the more money we have, the more money other people have, because we're able to give more and we're able to inspire other people to believe that they can have it. So it's all about serving others. And that's literally what the heart does. It's compassion and love for other people. And yeah, it's just, I believe that's what the heart brings for us.
I couldn't have said it better. I think Ingrid needs some heart opening practices.
She looks a little upset. She always looks upset.
She's like, don't judge a book by its cover, guys. She is a very sweet cat. Unless she's hunting for my birds.
Then she's a bitch.
She's a bitch. She's a lover. She's a child. She's a mother. She's a sinner. She's insane.
A saint.
She's insane, guys. She's insane.
That's such a good song.
It is.
It's on my playlist.
I
Or
love
was.
I feel like there was something more I was going to say, or I was gonna change the topic, but I do not.
Anything about uncrustating things?
No.
I can go back to like why my heart isn't fully open right now, but I don't really have an answer for that.
Well, then let's not go there. Let's do something fun. You can talk about your heart some other time.
The magic of Christmas
Lies in your fart, not your heart. Mom, you will know that. See, Mom, you'll know that reference.
Yes, you will.
So we have.
I wonder if anyone else will. Someone might.
I feel like David, but David doesn't
Hey!
know.
We did it!
David doesn't know about this podcast, so jokes on you,
I have to drink
motherfucker.
and cheers every time we say anything. Just
Woo!
as if you gave me the Book of Adventure.
I did that on Tortoise.
On Tortoise, it's so sweet of you.
That's what we're saying
Okay.
instead of on purpose is on Tortoise. We've been saying that for a while now.
Yes.
It's really cool.
So what we're doing is we have a whole bunch of old vintage books. I don't think this one is super old, is it?
I don't know.
It does have Latin in the beginning, so that's weird. And we're just gonna read fun little section. We're just gonna turn
open
this
to a
over.
random page
These
and
pages
just
are
read
falling out.
what comes up.
This doesn't have a date. It was.
Yeah, this one doesn't either. What the fuck? That's bullshit.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not here for that.
Oh, but this is at the very back. This one's 1959.
That's not very old.
No.
This one says the end at the very end. That's
one
how
must be
old it is that it says the end.
But
And
it's
it has
adult
Roman
book.
numerals. Wait, is this the one I got?
Yeah, was that the one that was...
No.
Okay, there was one that had Roman numerals for the year, so we had to Google it, and it was 1933. It was really
This
weird.
one seems very boring.
Okay, well, I've got one here.
Oh,
Oh, these little stories.
this is from 1899.
Okay. I don't think this one's going to be very exciting.
We're just gonna read a line. I'll go first. Grandfather's chair, since you're taking too long. You recollect, my dear children, said grandfather, that we took leave of the chair in 1692. The chair? What the fuck is with this chair? While it was occupied by Sir William Phipps. This, I can't. What the fuck is, what is this chair book about? What's so good about this chair?
I don't know. Was it the chair of cheer?
Oh my gosh. So the grandfather's chair is apparently important.
Land, even from a modern airliner. I feel like I've lost. We haven't done the accent a lot.
I know,
lately.
we've been really good and we debated on using an accent, but I feel like with books that are printed in Great fucking Britain, you can't not use.
GFB. Land, even from a modern airliner, that first strip of earth. I feel like I sound more Australian. So thoroughly secure after the immensity of the sea is a wonderful experience. I lost my British accent. I'm Australian.
You're Australian, that's okay.
As the coastline spread and the late sunshine flooded Dingle Bay.
Dingleberry.
Dingleberry Bay. The tired pilot's cup of happiness must surely have spilled over. Valencia, the southwest tip of Ireland. He was dead on course.
So you should be Irish.
There you go.
Oh, Amanda's Irish accent.
I'm not good at Irish.
Her Irish accent when she was here last weekend was phenomenal. A+ work. So this is from 1904. Should I read from this book?
Give it a shot. I always... Never mind.
Do you always what?
Nothing.
That was me! On your twas. On your twat. A life on the ocean wave. Why am I Irish all of a sudden?
Why was I Australian?
Which I hate more than any stinking tune I know, having dragged too many nasty little guns to it. Yes, number one told me off to that for 10 minutes. And I ain't musical, you might say. I don't know what the fuck that means. I'm done. I don't know if I can read any more of these.
I think we lost our English accent. This is so
But I don't know, think that was
funny.
supposed to be English. That was supposed to
No,
be
it
Dutch or
sounded like
something.
pirate.
It did. Pirate.
Oh, here we go. It was pretty desolate those 2 weeks in December.
Wait, what are you reading from?
This is Julie.
Julie. Ruby Babcock.
Ruth Babcock. I think it was pretty desolate those 2 weeks in December. I think being down on your luck when Christmas is approaching and decorations go up on windows is worse than being down at other times.
Wow.
That feels like accurate
Yeah,
statements
we're-
for
we're-
us right now.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Sometimes I forget that we have an actual podcast that people listen.
recording.
That people actually listen to. Okay. This is about the outline of bunk. So in bunk and mysticism, the dangers of mysticism is discredited and will never again be so curiously and influentially prevalent as it was. For example, during the Middle Ages, science in but a short time has... Okay, I'm bored.
Yeah. I got a fun one here. I actually did flag a page in this book because I thought it was so funny. So this is called Make the Most of Your Retirement, Where to Go, What to Do, and How Much It Costs. And this was written or published in, I think it was 1963. So it's definitely accurate for today, guys. Okay. So I flagged a page. They're talking about a mobile park. We took his advice and were greatly impressed by what we saw. They went to a mobile park to kind of scope out what they could expect. This is in the States too. A husband and wife living there invited us into their home and told us with considerable enthusiasm how things were. They paid $50 a month for rent, plus about $5.25 a month for gas. You can buy one for $6,800 complete, including $2,000 to $3,000 worth of extra fixings.
So dinner.
So, so stop complaining about not having enough money to buy a house, millennials, because it's only $6,800 for a mobile home, and it's only $50 a month for rent, so... Just kidding.
Should I read from the AIDS book?
Oh, yeah. Let's. We could talk about it.
I don't know where it is.
Oh, I know where it is. Oh, yeah, we'll do it next time.
It's gonna be... We're leaving it in a random person's house.
I did a project.
Which I did tell her.
I did a project about HIV and AIDS, and I honestly learned so much. So, do you remember what we learned in elementary school about AIDS? What do you remember?
I remember that it's not true.
What?
I don't want to talk about this on the podcast because I feel like I don't know.
Why you look terrified?
Because I am terrified.
Okay. Well, there is
a scam.
There is
conspiracy.
You can have not cure, but
Anthony Fauci.
Sorry. Let me talk about that. AIDS is a scam.
That'll be all.
Everything's a scam, guys.
Everything is introverted. That is not the right word. Inverted. What is up is down. What is out is in. What is black is white.
Oh my god.
This is a black. Come.
Why are you yelling?
Sorry. This is a black cat. Because the white is black.
I got it.
Can we put the hat on her?
This is good too.
Good girl.
Oh,
it's Santa. Okay.
Okay, Miller. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry for yelling, guys.
I do want to say one more thing before we sign off.
Miller, leave her.
I was having a bath the other day, and I had two crystals, your clear quartz and mine, and they had like
they
the
were
rough
duking
edge.
it out.
Yeah, they were like, pew, pew, pew. Anyways. So they have
the
rough
visual
edge.
is great.
They have the rough edge, and then they have like the pointed, nice smooth edge. So I was looking at them, and I'm like, I haven't been in the greatest mood the last couple days, and I'm like trying to figure out my life, but also not trying to force anything. Anyways, but I was just like thinking, like, okay, so we usually look at the crystal, like the smooth side of the point facing up.
You really got me really good.
But what if, let's just say, what if we were supposed to look at it? I'm not saying there's a right or wrong way to look at crystals, but I'm just thinking, think about this. Like, what if we're supposed to look at it that way down and the rough side up? So I'm like, what if I'm looking at my life completely wrong? What if in order to change it, I had to flip everything, like all my perspectives upside down? And that's as far as my thoughts went. Because I'm like, how the F do I do that? How do I turn everything upside down?
Come on, that's as deep as you went.
I don't
now
know.
I'm on the edge of my seat here.
Yeah,
I'm on the edge of my pillow. You are too, because your pillow's really small.
It's quite comfy though. But I'm like, I would love to know how I could flip everything on its... Like, I love to just do that physically, but I think it's more a perspective thing. I don't know.
I'm curious.
So am I. I'm like, how can I because obviously things aren't necessarily working with my perspectives as they are. So like, what do I need to flip and how do I flip it?
And nothing is ever what it seems. And with that, we bid you
Good night.
good night.
Adieu, adieu.